I mean, the next den site that you might use is the Timot Mound between this little shortcut and Gallagher shortcut. Yes. You know, that one of the road going past. And that's within 300 meters of where they are now. So that's also hopeful.
The in around in that area is almost closed. So it might be possibilities in next week tend to see using the same dam that they used before. So also Opslow is not far because they can switch, especially if it rains. Today, when I get here, I can see on the drive it was, lightning.
Yeah, we had quite a lot of thunder, and a bit of lightning as well.
Rumbling. So if it rains very hard, there's no way for the leopard to stay in a drainage line, a very thick drainage line. So they have to move the cubs into the area where it's a little bit higher ground. There will be no much water, because if all the drainages are flow, and it will be a lot of water if it rains, so the cubs will be not safe. So they have to use those then like shortcut Gallagher on Ops Road. So we might get to see them around in that area.
Well, imagine next Fireside Chat, next Sunday night, we sit around the fire and we talk about having seen the cubs live the first time, or even just having seen them, maybe just photographs or video or anything, but having actual visual confirmation of these cubs being around. That'll be exciting, Rex.
It'll be big.
We'll get to know these cubs from young.
Yeah, you know, since yesterday when I sleep, I can see on my dream where the cubs exactly, and the area that I walk, I always is in my mind, why wouldn't you see these cubs?
Yeah.
But I have a feeling, and I know, I guarantee it's somewhere here. We're not lucky, but I hope. Today early in the morning, the guys had baboons. They were right here, and bushbuck. They were all flashing out.
Or calling.
That tells us the leopard is there, and we need to check around. We're not lucky. And I agree. The way it looks, the bush now, the grass are very tall, bushes are all building up. So it's not easy. No leopard can blend in anywhere.
Oh yeah, they can just they can sometimes be at the washing line and we only find it out afterwards.
Can be here while we're waiting. No, leopard is there.
Well, Rex, that's the other thing now. I mean, also if we look at what she's been doing the last few days, Karula, the last time we saw her was, I know yesterday they saw just north of the boundary one of the vehicles. I think that was Karula in Buffelshoek.
Buffelshoek Dam.
Yeah. And then, but basically it's about that time again, that's the last time we saw her a couple of days ago. She just fed. So hopefully in the next 2 days, 3 days or so, she should hunt again. And if we could get her on the carcass or when she finished eating and try and follow her, that would be brilliant. I mean, imagine the first time we see the cubs when she actually, when we follow her back, and she obviously is relaxed enough to allow us to follow in. That would be amazing.
That is our next plan. If we're not successful on walking, the only thing is to stay with the leopard. It doesn't matter whether it will be late at night and so on. If we can manage to follow the leopard wherever it goes, they'll end up show us a den. So it will be safe, easy on that way, because it's really, in the course of the day, if she moves, she might come in from the den and hunting, but she might be returning back to the den because the length of the time is short because the cubs are still young. So you have to go back and go out early in the morning. So it's really, we might be lucky on that way. But look like she's using most of this drainage line.
Up and down,
Up and down.
It's also all those impalas around, that big herd with all the small impalas, so easy.
Very easy for her to hunt around quarantine and move to the other side. The only thing that while we still, all of us assuming the cubs arrive there, is when the leopard experience the high density of hyena, then they can move the cubs, maybe cross to Buffelshoek again, wherever, we don't know, but we're crossing the finger. Soon the leopard do that, we should have to see the cubs right here. Then we all, agree that, or all confirm that how many cubs. We have seen 2 sets of the cubs, it might be 3, you'll never know. So we need to check.
You say at least 2, huh?
Yeah, at least 2. The set of tracks is 2. And it was very, very good tracks. You can see that Saturday it was like, on Friday morning, they walk around there. So we know and guarantee it's somewhere here.
Rex, just one last thing on them. I mean, I can see how excited we're all getting. I can see how excited you are, I imagine, when we see them. But from the fact, from the size of the tracks, the fact that they're walking around already, how old would you say you think they are about now?
To be honest, they are between 2 months, a couple weeks somewhere there.
Yeah,
or
so about
3 months, somewhere.
6 to 10 weeks.
Yeah, somewhere on the line. So that time they can able to follow the mother, but not for the long distance.
Yeah, just little bit
distance. If the mother is around, the den is around, they can able to walk around,
start exploring a bit and get to know the environment.
Check around on that surrounding.
Hunting frogs and tortoises and playing with the insects.
it will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be exciting, guys. Just one quick thing that I was thinking of, and we'll mention it more specifically tomorrow on the drive, but coming up this week, we'll still get the details, but there's the Shorty Awards that we've mentioned, which is linked to Twitter basically, and basically you have to register on Twitter, which is something we use to communicate what we're seeing, and many of you know what Twitter is. And once you've registered on that, because of everyone that sort of put us on there, we've been nominated in 2 different categories, but the voting for it will start this week, and it'll be quite great if we do well in that for many different reasons. One is just because it'll be fun, but also for what it could create for us down the line in terms of, in the end, literally for us to do more and see more and share more. But we're going to talk more about that in the week again. But if your ears perked up a little bit and you just heard the Twitter part of it, it's on everywhere basically with the information about Wild Earth, whether it's through Facebook or the Ning social networks, more specifically on the blogs as well. It is explained there. It would be appreciated, anyone or everyone that can get involved. But we're going to talk more about that in the week. Also Maisie, all those different things. But for the moment, I think the main thing and the excitement, Rex, and I could see it in your eyes there, is maybe, hopefully, perhaps, who knows, possibly around the next bend corner.
Yeah.
Next Sunday night, maybe we're saying, we've seen Curious Cubs.
Yeah, we did.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, possibility is very high for us, more especially for all, like Jimmy, the manager of VTL. Today was helping to go out, and I've been talking to him more about funding these clubs, how it will be more interested with guests and so on.
Yeah, the awareness that will be created.
And he's more positive than the guys. Maybe we never know when we're going to get all the guys and start all of us go out and look for the leopard, which, it will be found around the area. Yeah,
I think also, and what Rex is saying is very true, is that it will obviously be a great event for everyone individually. Myself, Rex and Leisha and Simon, Lisbeth, everyone around here in camp is going to be excited. It's going to be something big happening. I know that Graham and Emily will certainly be very excited. Graham will be, probably not sit down for a couple of hours after that happens. Every one of you, every single individual person on drive will, it will be something amazing for every individual to see and experience and to get to know those cubs as they grow older. But I think the bonding experience of it almost, like you say, Rexon, it will in a way, with leopard cubs and leopards in general, wildlife to an extent, and I'm not talking just in Sabi Sands or just in Djuma, in general around Africa and the world even. There's sometimes these different factions where people almost try and keep wildlife a little bit secret, almost like it's their own. They don't want too many people to know about it. It's a little bit like, this is my leopard, or that's my lion, or these are my elephants, or that's my riverbed. And I think one of the great things that Wild Earth certainly is doing is it's sharing these things, and something I've learned as well. I've learned more about it, having been here and having shared photographs, for instance, is that the more we share, the greater it is, the greater the personal enjoyment it is, the greater the individual benefits from it, but also there's a collective benefit from it. And Rex, I think maybe these cubs will in many ways represent that as well. Yeah. A lot of the sort of secretiveness and that sort of ownership that some people try and create around wildlife will hopefully disperse, and it'll be something that literally, to an extent, obviously not all 6 billion of us, but certainly many thousands of us around the world will be able to share, and these cubs will represent that as well, starting here from camp with Djuma and Aretuza already. Andre and the guys, Brendan and them from Aretuza, have sent